Hey folks, Danny Rosa here with my 1994 Buick Roadmaster Estate Station Wagon. I've had this car now for probably like 3 years, I think. And it's one of my favorite cars that I've ever owned, and I've had a lot of pretty cool cars. Um, yeah, it's white with the wood grain. I have some aftermarket American racing rims on there that I picked up off of eBay, and I got some Winter Force snow tires on there right now. And let me tell you something, those Winter Force snow tires are pretty awesome. It's a pretty looking car. This car came stock with the tow hitch, and I tow stuff with it, and it goes really good. It's got the LT1 in it. I added a roof rack to it. Well, this roof rack came stock, and then I put on just the bicycle rack. It's got the Vista moonroof. That's really cool. That's really cool. And I use this car. It's my SUV. And back in the day, this thing was like, in '94, this thing was like having an Escalade. I mean, it's got leather, climate control. And I haul my window samples in here. I've carried a Chevy 350 engine in here. Unfortunately, I got the carpeting all dirty. My fault. And it's got the third row seating. So you could, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in here comfortably with this seat. The third row seat, rear facing seat. It's got a little locking security thing that's pretty neat, and it's just cavernous in there. Sometimes I'll go to Home Depot and I'll get like 12-foot lengths of trim, and it just eats it up. I just stick it in there. You could fit sheets of plywood in here and haul it. It's sheetrock. I mean, this car literally does it all. And let's show you the interior. Yeah, I got some stuff in here. It's got leather. Interesting story about this car. The prior owner owned a beer distributorship. His name was Levine. And when I would drive this car around, people would say, "Is that old man Levine's car?" And it was pretty cool. You know, he owned a Budweiser distributorship. I think he was. I never met him. I bought the car actually off of his caretaker because he gave it to his caretaker, and then I bought it off the caretaker. But I think he was, old man Levine was heavy man, because man, this seat really has a, like, it's really in there. I mean, it really sink in. I'm looking for a new one, and I duct taped it because one of the springs broke, and it ripped maybe 3 or 4 of my pants, which is bad. And this is it. I mean, pretty nice. I mean, it's just luxurious. I mean, it's just opulent. The leather. Put a JVC deck in there. Car's got 155,000 miles. I'll go to the boneyards and the scrap yards, and I'll look at these cars that are junked or scrapped. I mean, they all have like over 300,000 miles, and you know what? They all still run. People probably just get bored of them. I know I buy other cars, and I always keep this one because, you know, it gets boring driving the same car. Got a little bit of rust there. That's just surface rust. Gotta treat that. But the nice thing is that, and the reason why I bought this car is that the quarters aren't rusted. Usually they're rusted here. This one's not rusted. It's solid, which is rare for a New England car. I mean, and then with the Roadmasters, you know, it's just a shame, like, this wood paneling starts coming off. But, and also the wheel well, the spare tire well is not rusted out. It's like a clean, straight, light car. But really, why I got it is for the LT1. I mean, this engine's business. I mean, there's more powerful engines, but man, this thing cruises down the road like it's nothing. I surprise people. Sounds good. What, 155,000 miles. This plate right here, it's just to the air filter's actually in here, and all this stuff in here is just to really make the engine quiet. I mean, this was a luxury car, and it is a luxury car, and they didn't want this thing rumbling, boom, 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 down the road. That LT1 is actually the same engine that they used in Corvettes in the 90s. Yeah, and it's a sweet car. Some of the things that I did is I eliminated the the shocks, the shocks in the back, and I have airbags instead of the shocks, the air shocks in the back, or whatever that system that they had. And I put Bilsteins all the way around. So this thing's sitting on Bilsteins, and I got airbags in the air shocks. I forget what they call, but they're the little red bags that you put inside the air shocks. And I like it, man. I like. I would like the car to sit lower, but here in New England with all the potholes, and sometimes I take this thing down dirt roads and everything, I like having the clearance. But I think she has a pretty good stance, and she looks lean and mean. And let's take her for a ride. This is the same place that I shot the video for my little Suzuki Swift that I have. I just love that. You know, they don't make, they make in American cars now, or all these cars, they put the shifter now down here. You know, and what sucks is now you can't fit that third person in the middle. And I love that. I love this column shift. It's so, like, old school. And, yeah, let's take it for a ride. I mean, she's a quick car, and she stops. She has amazing brakes too. It's a really good overall car. The reason why I bought this car is because one, because of the space. Pickup trucks are cool, but you know, all your stuff gets wet in the back, and I don't like the way a pickup truck looks with a cap. And an SUV, just, I don't need four-wheel drive, and it just wastes like too much gas. This thing actually gets awesome gas mileage, and this is all stock car except for the shocks in the bag, and it handles really good. Very little body roll. I wanted to show you some acceleration here, but we got traffic. I'm not going to be able to do it. I want to do a top speed run, and we're not going to do it. But anyways, I guess I'm going to have to cut this video short. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later. Bye.